golden arches of McDonald's are an iconic symbol in America. They're just as iconic in China. The fast food chain has become a part of daily life here. McDonald's has nearly 1,900 restaurants here. Every day, 4 million Chinese are served by one of the company's 100,000 employees. Yet McDonald's has meant more to China than just burgers.
I'm outside the oldest and most famous McDonald's in Beijing. It's in a main shopping district, only a couple of minutes away from Tiananmen Square in the Forbidden City. The company entered the country over 20 years ago. At that time, China was relatively poor. But when the restaurants opened, people couldn't get enough of them. And it wasn't just because of the French fries. It was because McDonald's symbolized the country's opening to the world, its connection to America, and China's emerging wealth.
Edward Zhang remembers when McDonald's came to his town of Langfang in northern China. The 24-year-old Beijing graduate student was in elementary school at the time.
Edward.
Hi, Eunice.
Over here.
Okay.
So is this a typical meal that you would have when you were growing up? French fries?
Yeah, and hamburgers and Coke.
So what was it like for you when you first saw the golden arches in your town?
First, I don't know what it is. Then I heard some of my classmates, it's some Western style food. It's very shocking to see that you can put some meat, some cheese into 2 pieces of bread and some chips. We never seen this.
So what did McDonald's symbolize to you?
It's a kind of modern style of life because Chinese people, they are not so open to the world before. So when the Western things come into Chinese life, then people will just see it very fashionable. It's kind of learning from Western people, not just technology, not just some economy, but lifestyle. So I think McDonald's is a kind of modern life for Chinese people, including for me.
China means a lot to McDonald's too. Back in the US, sales are struggling. The Illinois-based company, along with the rest of the fast food industry, has come under pressure, criticized for what's perceived as food that contributes to the nation's obesity problem. More Americans are shying away, concerned about the impact on their health. In China, with the middle class growing every day, McDonald's sees millions of new customers. That's not to say this market is easy. Competition is fierce, and chief rival KFC has more than twice the number of stores. Still, China is McDonald's fastest growing market. Here, 5 new outlets open a week. In the US, less than half that.
China is extremely exciting because it's growing so fast. With 1.3 billion people who want to eat and love McDonald's, we want to leverage that.
McDonald's had to bring in more than the golden arches and Happy Meals. Before these restaurants first opened, all of this food was new to China. The company couldn't turn to the local baker or the local farmer to find the right ingredients. So what McDonald's decided to do was to import the entire business process from America halfway around the world here to China.
It even brought in the potatoes.
Yeah, this is a good crop.
Steve Anderson is a 28-year veteran of the potato business. He works for the company that supplies McDonald's with its signature fries.
These are good-looking potatoes.
How can you tell?
They have all the characteristics you're looking for, good length to width profile, disease-free, nice shallow eyes.
When McDonald's first started eyeing China, Anderson's Idaho-based employer, Simplot, had been working with the fast food giant for decades. So when McDonald's asked Simplot to make the fries here, the company agreed. The first problem? The potatoes used for the fries didn't exist here, so Anderson's predecessors had to teach the local farmers how to grow the spuds.
When you guys were starting with the farmers, what were some of the techniques that you saw that you thought, oh, that really needs to change?
Well, the growers were small plots, and they just essentially used a rubber hose to irrigate the potatoes in small garden-sized plots, and that was what we were faced with 20 years ago.
Have the farming techniques changed?
Oh, tremendous changes here in China. Our growers, their average yield is 3 times the national average. So I think that our technical assistance and helping the growers with variety development has been a big key to our success here.
Today, the vast majority of McDonald's fries sold in China are made with potatoes grown in this country.
In an hour and a half, these would be McDonald's French fries. It is the same reaction most people have when you see the amount of equipment, the sophistication of the technology. It's pretty staggering for most people.
What are we seeing here?
Potato strips have been cut and we're dewatering them. And we're running them across a sliver removal to take care out of pieces that are not good enough to make French fries.
So all the machines here, you would see in the same type of factory in the United States?
Yes, you would.
Why did you want to bring all of the machinery from the United States and replicate that system?
Well, we want to make sure that the French fries that leave this factory, the Mac fries that we produce, are the exact same as you would get in North America, Europe, or Australia.
Once the fries are free of defects, they're cooked, dried, then fried and tested before leaving the French fry factory for good.
What she's doing now is on those particular strips, she's looking at the external texture. So she's taking each individual strip, rolling around and looking at each corner. It's really the crispiness in your mouthfeel when you eat that fry.
Getting the French fries right isn't the only thing that McDonald's is worried about. Another big concern is making sure that the food is safe.
There's no shortcut in the food safety practice. You have to do it every single day.